This next collection of experiments demonstrates some very simple science principles within the lab, just using everyday objects like straws, elastic bands, paper clips and so on. First one I'm going to show you here is a simple homemade hydrometer. And all I've done here is take a single straw and block it at the end with a small little bit of plasticine as a weight. I've arranged here 3 bottles, each containing the same amount of different liquids. We have water here, seawater in the middle, and oil here on the right. So firstly, we place it into tap water. The students can then take a note of the depth that it sinks in the tap water. This is then comparable to placing it into seawater. And finally then we can place it into some oil. Next idea to do with straws is to take the idea of the Cartesian Diver. Now, the Cartesian Diver, you can purchase various apparatus that have it ready-made. By squeezing the bottle here, you can see that the little diver dives down into the bottle. But to make a homemade one out of straw, what I've done here, again, it's just a little straw at the top, a couple of paper clips, and once you squeeze the bottle, you're changing the volume of air that's trapped in the straw, changing its density and causing the little diver to sink. I have a little game here by I glued on a little fishing hook down the bottom, and the students can play the game to get that to stick down the bottom. But just to show you how to make that, all I've done there is take a small little bit of a straw, just to bend that around a pen or an object. A flexi straw actually works better. Take a paper clip then to join those together. And then you will need another 2 or 3 paper clips just to make up the weight. And then just pop them inside. It's important before you start that the water level is right to the brim before you put the cap on. Next idea or demonstration in the class is to use a simple straw to illustrate, to use it as a thermometer in the class. What I've set up here, again, is just a sealed liquid bottle. Just dye the water, dye the colour inside. And you may see just up here, what I've set this, the liquid has expanded in the bottle and is sitting at a level there about halfway up the straw. To demonstrate the temperature change in the room over a period of time, you could leave that and come back to it at the end of the class or at the end of the day. But I'm going to speed it up here just with a hairdryer to indicate. Again, a more effective way of doing that is to use the straw fountain, which is this idea here. Same thing again. This time what I've done is I have restricted the straw somewhat at the top. Pop that in there and then just add some boiling water to it. The next thing to use a couple of straws for in the lab is possibly to make some musical instruments. The likes of this oboe, okay, which is just taking a standard length straw, and to make it reach the top by just cutting a triangular shape at the top. Then place your mouth fully over that and blow. It's quite effective if you take it on a longer straw. Again, just cut off a triangular pointed shape at the top. Make sure it's flattened down and then blow through the end of it. The changing length obviously changes the frequency and the sound you're going to hear. Little mouth organ. Again, generated with a couple of lollipop sticks, straw, and a couple of elastic bands. To make that, simply take one of the lollipop sticks and put your elastic band over the full length of the stick. Then insert just a couple of straw pieces underneath that, just to create a gap. Just to allow the elastic band to resonate when you blow through the sticks. Sandwich that with another lollipop stick, and then just lightly hold those together at the end. And then blow through it. Very easy and simple and cheap way to demonstrate some music in the class. Again, if you're doing something with structures and support, again, you can get the students to build towers or to challenge them in some way using straws, a very cheap material and easily, readily available. And is to design in some way a tower or a bridge or something that is going to support a weight like an egg or something, the highest point off the ground. And what I've done here is I've just created a small little bridge, and you can, award the winner to the highest one or the longest spanning bridge or whatever. It's not as easy as it looks to build that. It's very, very stable, but they get the idea with triangles being a more stable structure than any other structure. So they have a bit of fun with that, and it is a real egg. If you don't want to use the eggs or straws of that, again, the very same principle can be used with spaghetti and little marshmallows, and the same idea can be done. The straws are held together there with little paper clips inside. So that's various things you can do using everyday items that are very cheap to buy.